Finding the right MIDI pad controller sounds straightforward until you realize how different they can feel in practice. Some are built for quick ideas on the go, others are closer to full performance instruments, and a few sit somewhere in between. The challenge isn't just picking a good one, it's picking something that actually fits how you make music day to day. So in this video, we'll break down what tends to matter most, and then walk through 3 picks that cover the budget, value, and premium tiers. We've included updated links with the best pricing in the description below. When it comes to choosing a pad controller, the first thing that tends to matter is pad quality and layout. This isn't just about how many pads you get, but how they respond. Things like velocity sensitivity, spacing, and overall feel. If the pads don't respond consistently, it can slow you down more than you'd expect. A common mistake here is focusing only on pad count, when in practice, responsiveness and comfort tend to have a bigger impact on how usable the controller feels over time. The second factor is control flexibility. Some controllers give you knobs, banks, or assignable parameters that let you shape sounds and interact with your software in a more hands-on way. Others are more limited and focus purely on triggering. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does affect how much you can do without reaching for your mouse. A typical misstep is assuming more controls always means better, when really, it's about whether those controls fit your workflow. The third thing to think about is how the controller fits into your overall setup. Some are designed to be portable and simple, while others are built around deeper integration with software or even hardware rigs. This is where a lot of buyers underestimate how they'll actually use the device. It's easy to assume you'll use every feature, but in practice, most people settle into a narrower set of habits. We looked across a wide range of popular and well-reviewed options in this category. Many are solid, but once you factor in real-world usability, consistency, and how these devices tend to fit into everyday workflows, a smaller group stands out more clearly. Here are the 3 picks that make the most sense for most buyers. If you find this breakdown helpful, feel free to drop a quick like and subscribe for future reviews like this. Starting with the budget pick, the Akai Professional LPD8, which sits in the $60 range. This is one of the simplest ways to get into pad-based control without cutting into functionality more than necessary. It keeps things compact, but still gives you a usable set of 8 velocity-sensitive RGB pads for triggering samples and loops, along with 8 assignable knobs that let you adjust parameters directly inside your DAW. The ability to store multiple preset configurations makes it easier to switch between different setups without starting from scratch, and the USB-powered design keeps everything plug-and-play without needing extra hardware. Its small size also makes it easy to carry around or keep on a crowded desk, which tends to matter more than expected. The trade-off is that you're working with fewer pads and controls overall, so it's not built for more complex performance setups. Even so, for the price, it offers a straightforward and reliable way to start working with pads without getting in your way. Moving to the value pick, the Akai Professional MPD218, which lands in the $120 range. This is where things start to feel more complete, especially if you're looking for a more traditional pad experience. You get 16 MPC-style pads that are designed to capture a wider range of dynamics, which makes them more expressive for drums, samples, and even melodic triggering. The inclusion of 3 pad banks expands that to a total of 48 assignable pads, giving you more flexibility without increasing the physical footprint. There are also assignable knobs spread across multiple banks, which allows for more detailed control over effects and instruments, and built-in features like note repeat and full level add a layer of performance control that can make patterns feel more dynamic. It stays portable and USB powered, so it doesn't complicate your setup. The main consideration here is that it still relies on your computer and software for everything. It's not trying to replace that. For most people, though, this ends up being the default recommendation because it strikes a strong balance between capability and simplicity. Finally, for the premium pick, the Novation Launchpad Pro MK3, which sits in roughly the $320 to $390 range. This is where you start to see a shift from simple control toward a more complete performance tool. The 64-pad RGB grid is both velocity and pressure sensitive, which opens up a more expressive way of playing and sequencing ideas directly on the device. There's also a built-in 4-track, 32-step sequencer that allows you to create and evolve patterns without constantly relying on your computer. along with deeper integration that lets you control clips, mixer functions, and transport directly from the hardware. Features like scale and chord modes make it easier to stay in key and explore ideas without needing a traditional keyboard layout. It can also connect to both software and hardware setups, which makes it more flexible if your setup grows over time. The trade-off is that it takes a bit more time to fully take advantage of everything it offers. But if budget isn't the main constraint, this makes sense for anyone who wants a more hands-on, performance-oriented workflow, rather than just basic triggering. We've included links to each of these options in the description below with current pricing. Hopefully this helped make the decision a little clearer and gave you a better sense of what actually fits how you like to work.